Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne Stampin' Up. It's another snowy Sunday in Simcoe here. Easter Sunday and we've got snow. We had snow overnight, who would think? But anyway, it's a lovely bright day out there and that's what we need right now. So, welcome everybody. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Simcoe, Ontario. If you live in Canada and don't have your own demonstrator, please feel free to shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. It's almost time for the new catalogue launch, just another couple of weeks. I am going to make a card today using products from the new catalogue. I can't show you inside of the new catalogue, but I think I'm okay to show you what I'm using and the card I'm going to make. Let me turn the camera down. So as you can see, there is the front of the new catalogue, and that's all I'm allowed to show you about the new catalogue. But as I say, I think I'm okay to show you some of the products inside that I've used. Now these products, this is a suite called Nature's Prints, and it's on page 91 and 92, I think, no, 90 and 91 of your new catalogue, if you already have your catalogue. The suite itself is $105. It comes with the Nature's Prints stamp set, the coordinating dies, the coordinating DSP, which is beautiful, and this lovely Stampin' Cut emboss folder, which is just lovely. It's a 3D folder, so it's really deep and it's really very nice. So this DSP is gorgeous. It's all basic greys and starry sky. You get 12 sheets of the DSP for $16.50, and it's all lovely colors. It's all navies and basic greys. Personally, I think it lends itself a lot to Christmas cards. It looks like a nice snowy scene, you know, the snow on the flowers. And the other sides, of course, are mostly the basic grey, which is also lovely paper. There's a nice stripe there. We are going to use, this morning, we are going to use a little bit of this, the stripe, and we're going to use both sides of this piece. So what we have is, this piece of paper, as I say, which was 12 inches. It's a 12-inch piece of paper, and I cut it at 12 by 5.5 and scored it at 4 1/4, which is your basic card front, and then 6 inches, which is right in the middle of the paper, and then 7 3/4. And as you can see, I folded it like this. Now you can use either side of the paper for the front of your card. You just have to fold it the other way. You know, if you wanted, you would go this way. If you wanted the basic gray, if you wanted the blue on the outside, you just fold it the opposite way. But what you need is, you know, mountain, valley, mountain. All right. No, we're going to use the basic gray on the outside of the card. So it's going to fold like that, it folds like that, so it sits like that. You have a piece of Whisper White or basic white, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. It goes on the back of the card. That becomes the stabilizer for the card, because the DSP is a little bit flimsy and I'm not sure it would stand up all by itself. We've got a piece of Whisper or basic white, which is 4 3/4 by 3.5. and that's going on the inside of the card. Okay, we've got a piece of Whisper White for odds and ends that we're going to stamp and cut out, and we have a piece of DSP for the front of the card, which again is 4 3/4 by 3.5, and that's going to just sit on the front of the card like that, and then we build the card on top of it. We're going to do some stamping, just a little bit of stamping, and then we'll do all the cutting out at the same time and all of the embossing, which the wreath is embossed and cut, so that's a bonus folder in my opinion. The bonus die, in my opinion. It cuts and embosses. So what do I need to cut out? I need to cut out, I have a scrap of crushed curry here, and I'm going to cut out just a couple of little flowers from that, little sprigs. So we'll take that. we want to cut the wreath out, so we'll have that. The sprigs will go on here. They don't need to be stamped. On the end of this piece of paper here, I am going to use crushed curry. There it is. Got the wrong colour here. Crushed curry. And I'm gonna just stamp one of these flowers here. This lovely little flower here. We're going to stamp that on the bottom and cut it out. Yeah, that'll do. And it doesn't matter that I've stamped the edge of the stamp, caught the edge of the stamp there, because I'm going to cut it out anyway. So we've got that. We're going to stamp the fern in basic grey. That fern is lovely. There. And we're going to stamp the sentiment in Starry Sky. Just going to stamp that there. Let me just see if I can get that cut out with a die. I might have gone too close to the edge. I think I'm going to stamp that one again. There. So let me put all of those out of the way. Put my dies down. And because this is 5.5 inches wide, it will go through my big shot all on the same sheet. Just find a piece of washi tape and anchor all this down. Keep them down. And then we're going to move this off to the side and bring in the big shot. Okay. Excuse my hand. Pull that out. Run the yellow piece through. So we're ready to start assembling the card. So as I say, we've got 5.5 by 4.25 for the back. We have this piece which was 12 by 5.5. I'm going to glue this to this. It's better. And I want to get this this glue right to the ends of my card because I don't want this to lift at all. Make sure I'm doing this right. I want this on the front, yep. Just putting that on the back, and then I'm just going to slide it into place, turn it over. It may need trim just a hair, but I think that is pretty good. There. Now I can see tiny little shim of white card there, which I will trim when I'm finished. I'm not going to trim it yet, I'm going to leave it to sit for a minute. We're going to put the stripes on the front of the card. Again, using liquid glue so we can slide it around if we have to. I'm just going to put this right in the center of the card, the front of the card. So then we're going to start and build the center of the card. We're just going to pop out the center of the wreath, and I'm just bending this back and forwards. Now, you have to be careful a little bit, but for the most part, once you get it started, the rest sort of pops out. So as I say, we're going to build the card. We're going to take this piece and we're just going to pop some dots of glue on it to get it to, it doesn't have to lie flat all the way around, but just clean that off. And I'm just dabbing the glue here and there. I'm not spreading it. I'm just putting little dots here and there. Hang. Now there's enough glue on there to hold this in place. Put that out of the way. Let me just make sure my bricks clean. Give this an extra press from the back. There. Lovely. There, this one in this corner. These are tiny little pieces, that's for sure, but they just add that little pop of colour, which is what we're going for. There. Yes, okay. So we're going to take the ribbon and we're going to put a strip of glue across the ribbon into our 3 spots. Just a little bit. Oh dear. Another one. Way. And let's stick out at the side a little bit. This way. Stick out at the side a little bit. And this way. And that's just going to hold my swoosh in place, you see. Now, there, that looks good. Let me just snip my ends here. That one that way. This one this way. That's a good size piece. There. So now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. But first, I got to put my flowers down. So that's going there. This is going to sit here like this. Go to that. There. Put some dimensionals here. Now when I put the dimensionals down, I'm making sure that the half over the ribbon, because I want it to hold the ribbon in place, I don't want this ribbon to come off. There. See, so I'm holding the ribbon on as well. I think I'll put one more in the middle just to hold that piece of ribbon down. Right. Make sure this doesn't stick over the side of the card. There, so that's the front of the card done. So on the inside we need to do something. You can't really leave that as navy blue because you wouldn't be able to write on it. So I'm just going to trim this small piece off. That was the piece I could see. And as you can see, it was just a shim. So we don't want to leave the inside of the card navy blue so that you couldn't write on it. So that's why we have another piece of basic white, which is just 4 3/4 by 3.5. Now we could, if we wanted to, stamp a sentiment on there as well, but I think I'm just going to leave it so that you can write on it, and then we'll just stick that in the center. There. Basically there's your card, and it's just a fun fold card. And to finish it off, as I say, we have some opal rounds, and I'm just going to pop one of the smaller opal rounds into the middle of the flower. There, that's it. So there it is. One nice little card. It says best wishes and happy thoughts. You could give that to somebody for their birthday. You could give it to them for a get well card. You could give them if you were just thinking of them, you know, somebody who just needs a little pick-me-up. There it is. As always, if you sell your cards, put the Stampin' Up Angel stamp on the back, which just says all the supplies used are Stampin' Up supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye.